Etude 6, Training Grounds. I've split this one up into 3 mini etudes. They're not really mini, 3 etudes. 6.1, DragonScales, 3-octave scales and arpeggios. Let me share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. 6.1, DragonScales, 3-octave scales and arpeggios. 6.2, meter and rhythm. And 6.3, finding harmony. DragonScales, 3-octave scales and arpeggios is my other book. If you are so interested, it is also available online. It looks like this is the violin version. There's a version for viola and cello as well. And it contains, in every key, major, minor, whole tone, both diminished scales, chromatic, and then an arpeggio set, each containing I think it's 10 harmonies. All of those things go through various rhythmic accelerations. So you go up the scale slowly, down the scale slowly, you then speed up, go up the scale twice as fast, come down, and all of that has audio play-alongs in perfect unison with the notation. In the scale book, all of those scales are fully notated throughout all of the rhythmic accelerations. So the book is big, it's 240 pages. It's a very complete resource for how scales look in different rhythms, and you can buy that on Amazon or from my website as well. In the hero levels, we've got this major scales excerpt. So all 12 major scales, you just scan this with your phone, and that brings you to the playlist. Here's how this rhythmic progression works. The first time you go through the scale with the play along, you'll be on half notes. The tempo is quarter note equals 60. There's a little count in. And then the second, so you go all the way up the scale, all the way down 3 octaves, and then the second cycle is twice as fast. Quarter notes, so you go all the way up, all the way down, and then the third cycle, and the fourth cycle. So this tells you exactly what rhythms are coming up next in the scale. I've got a list down here of ideas you can try while playing this. I'm not going to go through them. It's pretty self-explanatory. One thing to note about the scales is there's a little turnaround at the beginning of the scale. So instead of just starting, for example, in C major right up, we do have a little turnaround. This is important for just having the right amount of notes in the scale to be able to do the rhythms that are printed here. It evens the numbers out. It happens on the way down as well. Etc. So I recommend actually practicing these scales with 2 quarter notes worth of bow. So meaning bowing in 2 beats worth of time, all the way through the progression. Therefore, you're practicing your string crossings, you're practicing different amounts of notes per bow, and that's really good for bow, it's really good for pitch. You can, of course, try any of these. You can do the bows any way you want to. It's just a tool, it's just a resource for practicing scales. I do have a whole tutorial series on DragonScales, 3-octave scales and arpeggios. I will leave a link in this description if you're interested in that as well. I'll leave a link for purchase in case you're interested in that.